Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix, the most exciting racetrack on the F1 calendar, the jewel of the calendar. And we're going for pole here, and we have it provisionally on this 75th year of Monaco, but Kart Dude takes it away from us. As Jeff points out, we are up on our delta though, so this is the lap, we need to do it. Look at the time, not much left. And oh no, I've outbraked myself, and that's the end of my lap. Completely and utterly my fault. But there goes another pole position to Kart Dude for Toro Rosso. We start alongside him on the front row, and this will be an exciting race. 5 lights are out, and it looks like we've had a pretty even start. There won't be any room to go around the outside at St. Devote. Nope, and it's line astern as we started. Waffles behind us in the Sauber. Still on the first lap at Mirabeau now. Heading into Lowe's hairpin, there's a bit of a chance here. Although, I get caught on the inside barrier and almost lose a position to Waffles. We've been an opportunistic move, but Kart Dude had that covered off. Anyhow, we're still behind him, and HSV has drawn the wall's ire and been absolutely mullered out of the race by the barrier. By lap 4, we're still right behind Kart Dude, but there's no one to be seen behind. Some incidents have left the field a bit spread out, and Kid Bias has moved up his Renault to P3. Great job by him. I think Danny Roxy might be P4 in her Ferrari at this stage. Now it's lap 5 out of Portier. We've noticed that we're very strong into the chicane here. This is where we took the lead with 2 laps to go last season from HSV. We're going to try it again here on Kart Dude, but he leaves no space whatsoever. We have damage, so does he, I believe. Very unfortunate for both of our races. Possibly lag, obviously. Can never rule that out without seeing the other person's footage. At least from my standpoint, that looked like he was not leaving space and turned in too early. We're trying to catch up. We emerged in 7th from that pit stop, but we're moving up as cars are in the pits. We're going to have to make 2 stops though in this one-stop event, so we might be in a bit of a pickle here, so to speak. Through to back we flow, and the car in front is crashed. Kart Dude in the wall, so the pole sitter having a very poor middle part of this race. There's another car in the wall, and it's Kid Bias. He's actually out of the race. That's going to move us up to P4 behind the Portuguese driver of the Manor. That's Danny. Into the pits goes Murph. You just saw him going in right in front of us. So that's my teammate peeling off, moving us up to P3. Another Manor driver there for the taking if I can get past. But I think the better course of action is to pit and undercut him. Here we go back onto the Ultra Softs. And there is a car in the pits. That's actually Danny Rocks. She was leading the event prior to my pit stop, and her pit stop obviously. So the undercuts worked for her and for the other Danny. I'm going to call him 420 so as not to be confused. As we grab the fastest lap there and move up to 2nd, the gap to Murph, my teammate, is just over 3 seconds. And with another fastest lap, we're starting to cut that down. In fact, here he is. Could we go for another victory in Monaco? Of course, he did start at the back. He had a grid penalty for this race, so fantastic for him. Last season, of course, we had a grid penalty to go on to win the race as well. So could history repeat itself with people starting from the back to win Monaco in WRL? We're all over him. But as we're teammates, we don't want to risk too much, and being Monaco, there's nowhere past anyway, so this may be line astern until the end. You can see Danny Rocks in the Ferrari has moved up to 3rd, and she is closing on us very fast. Murph being on the slower compound, of course, slowing up the train, and he decides, noticing that it's best for McLaren, to let me through. So very kind teamwork there between the 2 McLaren drivers. Kart Dude's race finally coming to an end after what just got worse and worse for him. You can see the peak of our gap is actually quite nice, around 3 seconds, and that Danny Rocks is now all over my teammate Murph. So it probably was the right call to let me through. However, his tyres start then to become better than the Ultra Softs which are on the cars surrounding him, including myself and Danny Rocks. He pulls away from her, starts catching us, and by the penultimate lap he's all over us. we actually go really deep into Rascasse. Danny 420 now up to P3, having collided with Danny Rocks, and there would be an investigation about that after the race for sure. Here is Murph. We're going to let him through, given he did for us, and essentially he caught back up, proving that his pace was good enough to win. So the McLaren's working really well together, and it's going to be a 1-2 for the first time in the season, and really proud of Murph. Happy for the Kiwi to get his first win of the season, and across the line we come to maintain our top 2 finishing record of the season after the opening 6 rounds. 420 across the line in third. He does receive a hefty penalty, moving him down to 5th for the collision which caused Danny Rocks to lose her wing on the penultimate lap. You can see the damage here as she comes across the line to take what actually becomes 3rd. Smoke billowing out of the back of her car though. So there you have it. No Australian flags on the podium. Monaco is over. See you guys next time for the Canadian Grand Prix.